Semicolon rule number 2 is use a semicolon between independent clauses joined by conjunctive adverb or a transitional expression. What that means is when we use one of these words to join two sentences together, they need to be two complete sentences. That's what independent clause means, two complete sentences. And we're going to use a semicolon before one of these words. So here on the next slide, remember you have a slideshow with all these rules in it in your semicolon folder. Here's some examples. Cody plays baseball, semicolon, in fact, comma, he'd like to try out for a major league team. So the first part, Cody plays baseball, complete idea, standalone sentence, it's a perfectly good sentence. He'd like to try out for a major league team, same thing, complete idea, perfectly good sentence. We're going to join those two things together with a transition or a conjunction, and that is the words in fact. So we put a semicolon before it, after baseball, semicolon, and we have to set it off with a comma after. So Cody plays baseball, semicolon, in fact, comma, he'd like to try out for a major league team. The second example is where you have to be a little careful when reading the sentence. Most members of Congress favor the new tax bill. The president, however, does not support it. Watch out, because if all you're doing is looking for one of those transition words like however, you would put a semicolon right here before it. Now read that. Most members of Congress favor the new tax bill. The president, that's not a complete idea. That's a wonky idea. Doesn't even make sense. So in this case, this word however, it's not dividing two complete ideas, like in fact is up here. This, however, is just an interrupter. It's just that comma rule interrupter. So all you do is put commas around it. It's a non-essential. We can take it out and it's okay. The sentence still makes sense. You really need to watch that you're not just plucking a comma in right before one of those words. So in this sentence, most members of Congress favor the new tax bill, semicolon. The president, however, does not support it. This is actually an example of comma rule number 1, where we have a complete idea and another complete idea, and you join them with a semicolon. So my advice is, if you see one of these words, don't just put a semicolon before it. Actually read the sentence and see if you can divide where two complete sentences are joined together. And that is where the semicolon goes.